Thank you for tuning in to Rock Rage Radio. We're about to get started with OSMENT'S Artist Interview, brought to you by Rock Rage Radio and Osmond Entertainment. So check out these bands that we've had in the past and give them a thumb and a like. And don't forget to visit Rock Rage Radio and Osmond Entertainment on social media. Check them out and give them a thumb and a like as well.
Taking this time after time after time, and those wounds, man, they never heal right. Been shaking and won't numb the pain, 'cause that's all you'll hear in your brain. Will it all be okay if you fall back in limbo? I watch the waves, they take you in as I pull away, the walls broken. I hate to relate to all your sin, so I won't be afraid of my nightmares again. You took all those years away to feed off the ones at bay, as you sit all alone with your fears. Now you lay in a cell with your tears. Will it all be okay if you fall back in limbo? I watch the waves, they take you in as I pour away, the walls broken. I hate to relate to all your sin, so I won't be afraid of my nightmares again.
Hey. Okay.
You can't hear me.
I can hear you now.
Yeah. It reminds me of that old commercial. What is that commercial? T-Mobile, something. Can you hear
Can
me?
you hear me now?
Yeah. What? No. The little internet cord here is like being funny. So you guys had a good show last night?
Yeah. Good shit, man. It's a good time.
Came down to Polk County. It was at the Ritz, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Was it cool?
Yeah, it was our first time there. So it was
I
warm.
heard that.
It was no shit.
I heard that venue is pretty cool, but they don't. Do they have alcohol there, or is it just like straight like?
No.
They had a little alcohol shelf up front. I mean, it was about a maybe 4 foot wide little table, so it was a makeshift bar.
You know what?
Right.
I can't remember.
You know what? We bring our own just in case.
They had enough for me.
You never know.
I can understand that. I do the same thing. Jack Daniels all the way, like in the side purse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take it. Yeah. We follow it with Bush later.
We used to ask them for it, and and sometimes they're like, "Oh man," so we just bring it ourselves just in case. So
So what's your
fave drink?
Yeah, like what you would ask for.
Well, I mean, band wise, we will get Jack Daniels just because that's Crüe, right?
Hey, fucking A, right? Yeah.
And then they drink their beer. I don't drink too much beer. To me, that's just a half-ass way to do it. You know, just rather drink it. But I like Crown too.
Speaking of,
I'm a Bush drinker, so I'm both. I do Jack Daniels and Bush, so yeah, it's like a double fist thing. Yeah.
What kind of girl?
It was,
Yeah.
but it was a cool night. You know, I mean, especially for being a Wednesday. That whole deal kind of sucked because we were supposed to play on Friday, and then it got switched, and you know, there was a bunch of people that were kind of upset about it, but we didn't have anything to do with it. You know, we just do what we're told.
Right.
We show up when we're told, but there was still you know, it wasn't a huge crowd, but the crowd that was there was really enthusiastic, and they were loud. So
Right.
that's all that matters. I would rather have 10 awesome fans having a good time than, you know, 1,000 people sitting, you know, sipping their martinis and
which we've done before.
golf claps. And that's happened.
That's happened.
Has it happened?
Yeah, pretty close.
We've played places. We've played places where they had tables with like little candles, and people would literally sit and sip wine, and we're like, what? And like, there's nobody in front of this. It's like, what the fuck? Come up front because this is stupid, you know. But yeah, that definitely has happened. A lot of these venues nowadays are situated like that, where it's just a bunch of tables, and they want everybody to just kind of sit, you know, and they'll sell the tables. And then towards the end of the show, finally people will just get tired of it, and then they'll come up to the front and people will stand up there. It's like, you should have just did that shit from the beginning, but yeah.
So now I actually have a big fan of yours that tells me you're actually better than the original Mötley Crüe. What would you say to that?
Spreading rumors.
Talking shit, lies,
Lies.
deceit. You know what? We don't even get into any of that. Dude, it's Mötley Crüe. Come on, man. How can
I
you
mean,
be
Mötley Crüe is freaking awesome, but like,
you know what?
you have to be pretty awesome for this dude to say that, though. Like, he is a huge Mötley Crüe fan.
You know what? Here's the deal. We do our best to do justice to what we did. So for us, that means sounding as good as we can, looking as good as we can, and doing what Crüe did. You know, that's the thing. That's what a tribute band is supposed to be about. And somehow this tribute band thing has turned into this huge thing, and it's kind of lost. Guys think, well, we're just going to play these songs and call ourselves a tribute band, but that's not what it is. When we started doing this, it's like, man, it would be cool to play this music, but if we're going to do it, we have to do it to the best of our ability, and everyone in this band is a killer musician, so that works out. But I mean, come on, Crüe's been doing this so freaking long. I mean, you know, people say, well, Vince can't sing and this and that. I mean, it is what it is now, right? But look what they've done. You know, look at these incredible songs that they've made, and all the crazy shit they've done, and all these tours, and come on, drum kits flying across the arena. Are you fucking kidding? I mean, come on. So, I mean, all I can say is we appreciate the kind words, but we couldn't even begin to compare ourselves. We're not Mötley Crüe. We're fans, you know, having fun.
Right. Well, I mean, if you're going to celebrate in their honor, you got to do it right, right?
Well, that's what we like to think. But I'll tell you what, some of these other people, man, not just Crüe, just in general, you know.
I have to agree with you, because there are some tributes that it does make you question. I think it's just, you know, a lot of people look at it a little bit different. They see the pay rise be different. You know, you could have a cover band and make a shit ton more than original artists. You know, original artists will go to a venue and maybe make around, like, I don't know, $250, like a solo gig pay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, or hey, I'll get your beer tab, you know, and that's what venues like to try, you know. And then you get into a cover band, and if your cover band's good and you have followers, then you maybe make, you know, up to 1,200. But if you get into the tribute and you're good, then you can get up, more higher. So I think they see it a little bit different. I think people look at it the wrong way. Instead of honoring someone, the right way, moralistically, if you believe in, morals and tactfulness, then you would want to do it to where, you don't want to win in a different way because they won that way. You know what I mean? So to honor them, you should do it their way. I mean, that is just my belief. But
we've personally experienced this at home in the Detroit area. Every one of us is or has been in original bands. We've all written music. People you guys should write your own music. Well, okay, cool. We can do that. We have done that. That's all well and good. That's not what we're doing right today, right? But we've been in cover bands, just playing 2-3 sets, that kind of thing. Bring your own PA. I mean, I know Crash did that for years. He'd bring the lights and bring the PA, and so we've all done that, and we know how that shit works. And then so when we started doing this 9 years ago, again, it would be fun. Hey man, it would be something to do. It would be fun. Let's just go play some Crüe. That would be fun. Right? Just another cover band kind of thing. I mean, I personally hated tribute bands. I thought it was freaking retarded. Why would I want to go do that? Why would I want to go see an Alice Cooper tribute band when I can just go see Alice Cooper right now?
It's not that easy.
Well, I know that now. That was my mindset, I didn't get that. And I went and seen these guys doing a Sabbath tribute, old school Ozzy era Sabbath. I thought, well, no, this is cool. And you can't see this, right? Because Sabbath wasn't together at that time.
For the price, you can't even, for what you pay to come to our shows, you can't even park
my
a car to go see Mötley Crüe.
Dude, I went and seen him at the stadium tour in Detroit, $50 just to park the car. Oh my God. $15 for a drink, $20 just to go to the bathroom. The tickets, I think I paid $300 for like as far away as you could possibly be in the stadium. You couldn't even see the state. You had to look on the screens because it was so far away. But, I get it where the people come from with that. But again, when we started, we just wanted to do it for fun. Right. And there was only a couple tribute bands in Detroit, and they had been around for a long time. And then we started doing well and being successful, and then they started popping up like daisies. And we could see that literally it was a cash grab. It was, for us, it was like, listen, we make good money, but we spend more than we make every year because for the show, making it. Like before we go to the gig, I got to stop at the store and get some stuff for the Tonight Show, because that's just the way we are. We've blown transmissions, we've blown engines in cars, we've been broke down on the side of the road, we've busted trailers, we've spent a fortune on this band. So it's not about that for us, But these other guys, literally, we'd see these guys walking in. We thought they were like some management or something. They come in with like golf shirts on and stuff like that, and their little GQ haircuts and stuff. And the next time we see them, they're full out 80s glammed out. It's like, oh, these guys are so fake, man. What do we say? What do we say, Vinny?
Sharon, am I allowed to say it?
No.
No, but you know what I'm saying?
No.
So we're genuine. We're very genuine, in what we do. And it's not to make money. So we don't really care what anybody else does. Well, shut
up. So 9 years. Have you guys been together for 9 years? All four of you?
Crash, you can field that one.
The band he started the band, and they had one guitar player prior to me. And after about 6 months, I hopped in the band, and none of us knew each other before we in this band. And we went through a couple singers, and then we found Vinny here, he is our rock star. He's amazing. And then we just added. Noah's been in the band a year now. We kind of got the Spinal Tap drummer thing going, but
Nobody exploded on stage yet. It was like
you came close.
it was like three gigs. We did the original lineup, did 2 gigs, and the singer left, and then the guitar player left, and then we had a fill-in guy for the 3rd gig, and then Crash joined. So it was literally a couple months before he was in. So I mean, he's been there all along. I mean, when at that point, Wrëking Crüe was just a thing. It was no big deal.
Right.
That's when we were just like, let's have some fun. And then he stepped in. It's like, well, man, we could do this and we could do this. And how about if we do this? And, you know, we've had awesome people in this band, but for one reason or another, you know, they go their own way and do their own thing. So
COVID kind of messed us up a little bit.
oh yeah, well, everybody, right?
Yeah, but
So you guys have a show tonight at the Conduit, is that right?
Yep, that's right.
What time is that starting?
Sharon.
I believe we go on.
I think it's at 9, right? I think
Yeah.
it's 9.
9:30 we go on, and there's an opening band. Who's the opening band?
Cam and I, and they're sick. I'm excited. I'm excited to see them.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah, I have the thing on my Facebook. I try to help Dave with the promotions on it. So I was thinking that you had told me that you had a show, and he's like, no, they have 3 shows. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I only did the 1, so that's the reason why I got confused. So where do you guys reside? And is it in Detroit?
The area, Detroit metro area, so surrounding areas. Yeah.
Are you guys close together, or you live like far? Yeah.
Yeah, we're all, you know, like maybe a half hour or something like that apart. We've had situations in the past where other members live out of state. You know, that's the thing. Some of these bands do that. Literally, they'll live all over the country and they'll just get together for gigs and stuff like that. But I mean, that's all well and good, you know, but we still like the old school way of doing it, where we can, hey man, let's get together tomorrow and jam with some new songs, or let's just play for the hell of it, or let's have a band meeting, and, you know, we can do that. We were to the point where we went like a year or even longer without even rehearsing, because one of the members didn't live in the same state. So we would literally get together for shows and we would play new songs at sound check. That was the only way we could do it. She's frozen.
stand by. Hold for processing.
Spinning. Working.
Oh no.
Is it on our end?
No, we can see everything here.
Okay.
It looks like she's frozen though.
Yeah.
Are we frozen? No, we're not.
No,
frozen.
We,
Not
the
our
header on the
screen.
bottom is still going, but her.
And
Might be
there's a
her.
comment.
So all right, let's sing row, row, row your boat. Motor, motor, motor your boat.
Motorboat.
Yeah,
Gently
that's,
now.
that's definitely her.
She jumped out. She's gonna come back in.
So yeah, I don't know if we're still live. Is it live or is it Memorex?
It says live in the corner up there.
Okay,
So tomorrow or tonight, where are we? We're at Conduit.
Conduit. So
What
we're
city
doing
is that?
No, that's
Winter Park.
Winter Park.
Winter Park. We go on 9:30.
Yes.
We're doing a 87 girls tour show. So what that means is we do as a Mötley Crüe tribute band is we do what Mötley Crüe used to do. You know, we do the tours. We try to recreate the tours that they did in the past. So you've got, for us, we do the club era stuff, the early stuff, similar imagery, the costumes, light myself on fire. We sawing the head off the mannequin. And we do that as a tour. So that's a show we'll do. We'll do the 83 Shot at the Devil tour. So the same kind of setup, stage set, the costumes, the songs that they played. Theater Pain tour, the 87 Girls tour, Dr. Feelgood tour, Carnival of Sins tour, and then we have a new one that we're calling Decade of Decadence, because next year is our 10th anniversary, so we're kind of doing it's like a greatest hits kind of thing. Depending on where we go, we'll do a different show. For this Florida run, it was girls shows. So if you come out to the show, you're going to get our rendition of their 87 girls tour.
Where are we playing on Saturday?
Club LA.
We're playing Saturday up in Club LA up in Destin, Moore Beach.
This will be our second time at that place.
Yeah, this is actually our second run down here in Florida. We came down last year. We played at a couple places and we had a good time.
And we decided when winter hits, we're heading back to Florida this time.
Yeah.
Not Wisconsin.
Yeah, we've had so many people.
Say, hey, somebody comment if you can hear these guys.
Yeah, right. If you hear us, just give us some
Somebody
kind of comment or something, because we don't even know.
She said that a car crashed into a power pole outside. They have no power.
Can you
Oh my
believe that
God.
shit? This is so
You can't even make this up.
This is so you wouldn't believe. We joke about this all the time. We're just some dudes. We have fun. We're doing a thing and enjoying the music, but you wouldn't believe the crazy shit that happens to us. Just like Mötley Crüe, it's like we're trying to do an interview and a freaking car crashes into a pole. Are you kidding?
Yes.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
So we are live.
All right, cool.
All right, cool.
Okay, so I guess it's just a Wrëking Crüe show.
Okay.
So,
Now we can get down to business.
hey Noah, what do you got? What do you think?
What do I
It doesn't matter what you No. All right. So anyway, so if you guys don't know, we're Wrëking Crüe. We're from the Detroit area. We're a Mötley Crüe experience, and what we do is, like I said, we recreate those eras of what Crüe did. We know you can go see Mötley Crüe today, tomorrow. You can go. There was a stadium tour, and they're kind of continuing that, and that's awesome. I went to the stadium tour, and we've all been. I was at the final tour 3 times. We all been to these shows too. So because you know what you are. So we totally get
Sharon, can I say?
No.
we get it. We
No.
get it. But we do. Mötley Crüe has never been a nostalgic act,
One
meaning
of these days.
they don't care about what they did in the past. That's not a thing to them, but it is a thing to a lot of the fans. Last night when we played, there was people out there who were at the 87 girls tour with Guns N' Roses. So going back to those shows, it's a big deal to them. It brings back the memories, the good times that they had. And that's what we do, but we do it to the best of our ability to recreate what they did. Obviously we can't do drum solos flying across the arena, but we do the best that we can. So maybe everybody wants to kind of chime in and kind of give their version of what they're doing with the band.
Let me hear you, Vinny.
I am trying to keep myself alive because these guys are crazy. They're trying to kill me. Help! No, I'm kidding, you guys. This has been one hell of a ride so far. And
Why don't you guys see if anybody that's on has any questions for you guys?
We
Oh,
can't-
good idea.
You have to read the questions to us.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, if you guys got any questions, chime in. The ladies here probably haven't touched on this yet, but Crüe had the nasty habits, so we have the nastier habits, and they are our 2 backup singers, and they're freaking awesome. They're essential to the band, and you can't see them on screen right now, but they're
Nobody wants to see all that.
checking out the questions.
Or maybe they do.
So if you've got questions, just hit us up, and they'll read them to us, and we'll try to answer it for you. But anyway, Vinny, go ahead.
okay, so again, like Six was saying, it's so weird how strange things happen because here we are, we're trying to do this interview. A car crashes into a pole or something and wipes all this shit out. So we can't even tell that we're live right now. So here we are. We have Sharon and Precious relaying messages back to us if you guys have questions or anything. And just weird shit
Or we
happens.
blew the PA out at that place before.
Every time we stick you on a plane, you almost missed your connection.
Hey, on the way down here, you can't even make this up. So I had a connecting flight in Chicago, and I landed on one end of the airport, and takeoff was on the complete other side with about 15 minutes to get to. It would take you 20 minutes to run from one end to the other, and I made it in 17. So that goes to tell you, like, how does this stuff happen? So I almost didn't even make it down here to Florida, but here we are.
What about you, Noah? What do you got to say? What's your role, man? What are you doing?
What's my role? Well,
Your piece of the puzzle, man.
I figured that you brought me on because if you didn't, then nobody would make a mistake. You have to have somebody to blame all the problems.
We needed a guinea pig
And
for
you're
Jack
living up to
Daniels.
it, brother.
Living the, yeah, man,
I
yeah.
appreciate it.
You get a gold star for that one.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
No, but it's been good, man. Like Six was saying, as far as the authenticity and stuff, you know, we have the correct model instruments, right down to the boots. You know, I got the same boots Mick's wearing. So we even got some of Crüe's actual stuff.
Yeah, I've got Tommy's hair. That's why his hair's short now because I took it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so important to us.
And Crüe is, you know, like if you're a Zeppelin tribute, I love Led Zeppelin. As a matter of fact, I got the shirt on. But if you're if you're a Zeppelin tribute, you buy yourself a Les Paul and maybe a double neck guitar, you're done, you know. But Crüe, every freaking album was a different. Every era, every different album was a different logo, a different set of guitars, a different drum set, different stage clothes. And we've got 6 of those. So my guitar collection is big now, which is not a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for the people that live with you.
You know, it's a huge investment for us to do it right. You know, some guys will, you know, for example, Mick never played an Ibanez guitar, and you see other guys get out there and just play it on an Ibanez guitar, and it just doesn't look right. You know, it's not a true tribute to the way we would do it.
And you know, there are people that would say, well, that's, you know, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Nobody cares.
But it matters to us because it's like, you know, if we're going to go out here and expect you people or ask you people to come to these shows and spend your money and spend your time, you could go anywhere and do anything, especially down here, right? There's endless bands playing. There's endless events. We're asking you to come see us and spend your money on us. We feel like we need to do it as best as humanly possible. And we really do try to do that. I mean, for example, we got down here, one of my bass amps, broke down. So I immediately get online and find a replacement and spend a pile of money that I don't have right now to replace it because that's just the way it is. You know, I could do the half-ass version and, you know, but I don't want to do that. You know, everything's custom builds, custom this, custom that. Not because we're trying to be Mötley Crüe. I mean, that's impossible. But because we're trying to give you people who spend this money the best possible experience that we can.
Which you're going to see tonight at the Conduit at 7 o'clock when you show your butt up at the door.
Nice plug.
So something that we had when the young lady was still on, I'm sorry, I forgot her name. But when she was asking you questions and making comments, she made a comment that we have had people say that we are better than Mötley Crüe. Well, that comment was actually just made again. However, I think that a lot of times people say that, but they don't give the credit where the credit's due, being that, you know, they had their glorious times. Yes, we all get older, and that's what a lot of the newer generations are hearing is what they do now, and they're comparing us, and that's not an accurate, you know, comparison.
You guys, Christina, who's running the show, or was running the show, trying to run the show, had a question of how did you guys get started in music and from what age? So, do you want to start, Vinny?
5 years old in my mother's basement. My mother sang in bands, cover bands when I was growing up, so I was pretty much thrown into it. There was no way out of it.
For me, I have older brothers that were musicians. So they're 6 years older than me or whatever. So once they were in high school, they started the rock bands and stuff. They booted their bass player out, and I was standing there, and they said, "Here, put this freaking bass on. Put your fingers here. Put your fingers there." So I learned on the fly with them. And then as I got a little older, I started forming my own bands. So that's kind of how my deal.
So speaking of tonight, Jacqueline Jolie said she'll see us tonight.
Yeah, I see that one.
Yeah.
Her face has been here for quite a while.
Yeah, she's like, I see you now.
Okay.
I'm still trying to play. I mean, it's backing tracks, man. Don't tell nobody.
Yeah, right.
9 years old, I started playing drums. Don't throw that shit.
That's really nice.
9 years old, I started playing drums, and then eventually, but I grew up loving Crüe. I had the posters all over the walls, still do. And I always loved just the way Nikki Sixx, he looks so cool with those basses, the Warlocks and the Thunderbirds. And I wanted to play bass just because it was cool, just because Nikki Sixx played bass. But I didn't have the ability to do that until I was older. And then when I got older, I saved all my money for like a year, and I bought a bass and learned how to play it, and then went to other instruments too. But bass is where it's at for me. So.
Noah was born with sticks in his hand.
Or a boa.
The boa.
3 of them. No, actually, so growing up, I'm still growing up. I'm not very old. But my dad, his favorite band was The Who. So the first drummer that I was ever introduced to was Keith Moon. And I don't know what prompted me to do it, but just one day I was sitting around and I looked up the Smothers Brothers show where The Who went on and played My Generation, and they blew up all their shit, and that's where Pete went deaf, and all that happened. And I just saw, like, when I saw the bass drum explode, I was like, holy crap, drummers get to blow shit.
We're gonna do that tonight.
Yeah. I was like, that just made me, like, I just gravitated towards the explosion, and I was like, this is what I want to do.
Noah's been with us about a year and a half now.
Yeah,
He joined, and his first show with us was last January.
Oh yeah.
And it was this place up in the Detroit area, Metro Detroit, called the Machine Shop, which is a really cool place. And it was a sellout. His first gig with us was a sellout show. So it's funny because no, I mean you've heard Noah, and if you haven't, you need to come out and hear him because he's an incredible drummer. But he came from at the Conduit. Yes, come to the Conduit and hear Noah play. But he comes from a jazz background, and Mötley Crüe is not a jazz type band. So I mean, we've been beating him with pipes to get to get him more into this style. And but this guy deserves he deserves another gold star for being able to do what he's doing, especially at a young age. He's the young SOB in the band,
Yeah, I mean, jazz-ish background. It's more just a me background where I was like, how fast can I play around the kid? How light and rudimentary can I be? And then I get in here and they're like, no, bash the shit, you idiot. And I'm just like,
and it's funny because you're watching and he's working, he's hitting hard. I'm like,
yeah,
dude, come on, man.
That's where the lead pipes came in. They were like, listen, hit it like this. And then they hit me. And I was like, it all registers now. It took a few swings to the head, but it all made sense after a few swings.
So Tina Marie Hare was at the show last night, said you guys killed it. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much.
And said, can't wait to see you again tonight.
So double dose.
Absolutely. So we love that. Thank you.
So one thing about that we're doing tonight is we're doing some different songs. We're doing the same show, same 87 Girls show, but we are doing some different songs because we knew, being that these venues are close together, some people might come see us again. So if you saw us last night and you're coming out to the Conduit tonight, you're going to hear some songs that we didn't play last night. And, also another thing is, last night we played a song that wasn't even on the set list because there was some people yelling out for it, and we're all about what people want to hear about the fans. So we went ahead and did it anyway. So really, honestly, we don't even know exactly what we're going to do. We kind of got the framework, but we could do anything really.
Well, it was on the set list. I just didn't.
Oh, that makes 3.
Three.
That's what I thought he was referring to, because it was on the set list, but it was like.
So we play everything off the first 5 albums, and then a whole bunch of shit more. We probably have like 70 Crüe tunes that we can play.
So Too Fast for Love, Shout at the Devil, Girls, Theater Pain, Dr. Feelgood. Except one song. There's one song that we don't do currently.
Oh.
But other than that, we've done shows where we've played the entire albums top to bottom, you know. So a lot of times when we're at home, we do our end of the year show at this place where it's called the Token Lounge. It's where we got our start. We did our early videos there. And we'll always do something crazy, something different for the hometown fans. And a lot of times it turns into something like our Carnival of Sin show that we end up going all over the country with, you know.
So, hey, just so you guys know, too, for the event tonight, because that's my job, and I'm going to keep pushing this show because we want you guys there on a Thursday night coming up and rocking out with us. But in the stream is the Facebook event link for tonight at the Conduit in Winter Park.
At the Conduit, Winter Park.
Yes. Be there.
The event is in the stream. Monster Truck Rally.
Be there.
Be there.
Sunday, Thursday.
Thursday.
Wants John Cena defend his title?
But yeah,
Saturday, Destin.
And then Saturday in Destin. So it's a big deal. These shows are a big deal for us because
Far from home.
we're not maybe people don't know this, but we're not a touring band. Meaning we don't leave and when we're gone for 2 or 3 months and then we come home. We literally go out on weekends and stuff like that to do shows, and we do it by choice. You know, we're not like weekend warriors, but that's the way we like to do it. And the biggest reason is because of the eras. Like if we left home for 2 months, we would have to do that same show, if it like girls show, every single time for 2 months. And we just don't want to do that. Because a lot of times we come back to the same places and we don't want to repeat. Like if we come back down here again to these places, the Conduit and the Ritz and the Destin and Club LA, we're going to do something different. Or if we play anywhere if we come back to the Orlando area next year, we're not going to do an 87 Girls show.
What did you do last year?
What did we do last year?
When we were here, we were Carnival, right?
Carnival? Yeah. Okay, so you won't see that either.
Food alive.
See what I mean? It's so we want every time you come see us, we don't want you to go, oh well, I've seen that. No, you didn't. at least not for 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, we will find a way to make sure it's
right. Because we know people do that a lot. They're like, oh well, so and so's coming up. Yeah, but I seen them last year, and they played. We've seen myself. I'm a fan of a certain band, and every time I seen them, probably like 20 times within 2 years, it was the exact same songs every single time. So
talking about a national band,
a big national touring band, and they love the bigger the bands. It seems like they do that stuff. They'll play the exact same songs for 18 months, and we just can't do that. So coming down here is a big deal. It's a long ass way down here. We did some shows on the way in Georgia, and then we came down here to do these 3. So when we come down here, it's a big deal. You know, we obviously want to play bigger places, bigger crowds, you know, because that's where it's at. But we're happy just to be here, you know, playing in the alley, right?
Right in the alley.
Where we found you right next to your bed.
See, that's how we all got together. So again, if you guys want to see us play close to the alley where we came from, you can come to the Conduit tonight, and you can buy I think tickets are $20 for seats, but you'll only need the edge.
And then Saturday Club LA, you guys, Destin, Florida. We love that place, and it's a cool.
That
place
is such a
coming
cool, such a top tier pro venue. You know, we played there last year. We had a great time. So we're really looking forward. And then that's it. We're going to do that show on Saturday, and then we're out of here. And we don't know when or if the next time will be.
Right, so make it this time.
You know, we could have COVID V2, so we don't know.
So if you guys want to drive up to Detroit to come see us, you are going to have to come to the Conduit tonight in Winter Park.
That's us.
We do travel a lot. We've got shows
On Saturday.
in Pittsburgh,
Illinois, Indiana, Ohio,
Knoxville.
Knoxville.
Yeah, we do travel a lot, and there's people that will drive 4 or 5 hours to come see us. So check this out. We're from Detroit, but our biggest fan base is in Ohio, and second is in Tennessee. And we haven't been in Tennessee in like
5 years.
4 or 5 years. So that's pretty amazing, you know. And so the people from Tennessee, God bless them, they've been driving to Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, wherever the hell we've been around Tennessee. They've been driving to come see us there. And it's kind of freaking amazing, actually, you know.
Yeah, you know, you got to keep in mind too. We see so many comments from people. They're asking, you know, come here, play here, play here, play here. Let me tell you, after COVID, every band and their brother is playing. There's bands out there that weren't even bands. Like they been broke up for 10 years and they got back together and they're on tour. So it's really, really, really hard to get gigs for any band, including us. So if we're playing and you're a fan, be prepared to drive because we're probably not going to play in your backyard. You know what I mean? And especially these big shows, you know, when we go to, when we play up in Knoxville, we're going to be playing at this place called Bootleggers, which literally the stage looks like the space shuttle hangar. It's the most massive thing. We did our big Carnival of Sin show and it looked like this little thing in the middle of the stage. So we're doing a big, huge show at that place and Theater of Pain show. And we've never brought Theater of Pain down, you know, out of state like that. Yeah. So if you want to catch our full on 85 Theater of Pain show, you're just going to have to come to Knoxville because what's that?
Start wrapping up.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say Dawn Ballard made a comment about how awesome our stage shows are.
Thanks, Dawn.
Thank you, Dawn.
Well, we put a lot into it, but like I said, you know, everything that we do, it's for you people, man. You know.
And Brian Smith said he's waiting for us to come back to Knoxville. So,
Brian Smith, Knoxville, August 12th. August 12th at Bootleggers, the Harley dealer. You think Harley dealer, dude, the stage, if you're in Knoxville, you already know that it's the most ridiculously huge thing you've ever, it's unbelievable how big this freaking stage is. And we're going to bring our 85 Theater of Pain show. It's awesome. So y'all better come to that one.
Y'all better.
Thank
you
you
hear?
guys for having us on the show.
Yeah. I mean, we really appreciate the opportunity to get to talk to the fans. And
sorry we lost the other lady, the lady running the show.
She's like, man, I'm glad they could talk. Like, but again, thank you everybody. Thank you for supporting us and listening in and checking us out. And I really hope that
follow us on Facebook.
I really hope that you know anybody who's here that wasn't planning on going or didn't know about us wants to come out to one of these two shows here. Hey.
We're trying to prompt you.
Okay. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. It's Wrëking Crüe. Spell it, somebody.
WREKINGCRUE, and sometimes Y.
But it's Wrëking Crüe, the Mötley Crüe experience.
You'll know how to find us. You guys are all grown. You'll be able to find us. Go on our page, give us a like, follow us all. But more importantly, come to the show and have a good time. You know.
What page?
WrëkingCrüe.com. It's a website.
WrëkingCrüe.com. It's not.
They love us really.
At Conduit.
Just making sure we cover all our bases.
Come out to the show tonight. Come out to the show in Destin on Saturday. Have a good time. Listen to some good music. Hang out with some good people.
Free meet
and sock this jackass in the eye after the show. And he won't. At the Conduit.
Brian Smith said he'll be there.
I'll see you there, Brian.
All right.
See you.
Gotta do it.
Nope.
Okay.
You guys are gonna see my face. Excuse me.
No, it's done.
Jeez.
Look at the stuff ready. Message back with her here and